Hello and welcome back. I'm Knight's Angel and we are building Paws. Okay, I had to cut off early. I had to cut the last one off really too quick. Sorry to waste so much time, but between then and now, I went ahead and finished drawing these out. I'm probably going to cut them out here in a minute. Nobody is perfect. Don't expect it to come out nicely in your first try. If it's I'll probably go ahead and pull out the other gloves I did. The first pair I did and show you how bad they were. But anyway, now we're on to the fun part. Now we are working on our paw pads. Don't worry about this part being goofy looking right now, because you can trim it as you go. You can fix it up as you go. Like, I have the little notch here and I need to trim that out, but I'm going to do that later. Right now, we need to take care of this. So, and there's a reason why I'm messing around with this more than this. Despite the Sharpie marks, I can still use this as it is. I start cutting this. That's it. It's gonna take it. If I start cutting this and I screw it up, that's it. I just wasted it. This, on the other hand, I can make more. That's the whole point. Anyway. But we're just going to go ahead and just straight up cut these. As is. Just like that. You can be as ceremonial as you want. It's just, at the end of the day, you're going to cut them off. And I already know people are going to be like, take this in contents that they probably shouldn't. I.e. those people that get bored trying to do this and actually sit there and reenact certain scenes in movies and video games. Yeah, let's avoid doing that. There. We have those lined up nicely. Just really want to make sure you get everything in the right spot. So now we have to get this where we need it. And it should... Give me one moment. Alright. There we go. As you can see, it's not exactly perfectly spaced, but we also want it a bit lower in the paw. Pretty much we want it away from the edges. Now we can pretty much, while it's like this, we can actually figure out how we want it. Whether we want it completely up, completely down, high, low, at an odd angle. I don't know, what do you guys think? I may go ahead and just hold off on going any further. Nah. And I actually kind of like it sitting like that. It's actually decently spaced away from everything, so it's not going to be strenuous to get it into place. So I think we got that. Everything's nice and pretty. So now I just need to put my camera back on my stand. So let's go ahead and just mark that off for now, because we're going to do the same to the other one. Now there's a reason why I am not cutting this out at all just yet. I am just making a bunch of lines. And if any of you have seen any of my other videos, you will remember infamous words. Measure as many times as you need and cut once. Now then, so I am going to emphasize that this time around, because I am not going to just start randomly cutting. Now, since neither hand is exactly the way I cut these, they're practically mirrors of each other, but that's simply because my hands are shaped that way. But either way, are we actually going to cut that much out of the fingers? Probably not. Why? Because we don't need to. That's just to give us an idea of where to cut. Inside this little area. Or that's what we're going to be cutting off. It's that little bit. So. Yes. Now we just do the same thing over here. And yes, it is actually kind of funny that I manage to set the fingers right where they are. Yes, actually, I actually did that one a little low. So. I did a couple of those a little more than they needed to be. Yep. Remember what I said? Measure as many times as you need to. We're looking to do the exact same thing over here. Just like so. Straighter edges are much nicer, are much easier, but the rounder ones just look so much better. So, and again, you want to make sure you save every stencil you make because you're going to need it throughout this whole project. So, while we're doing that, one moment. Alrighty. Sorry, I had to change a couple of things real quick. So, this is going to be interesting to do. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. First, we're just going to straight up do our stencil as it is. Now, we're going to want a little bit of thickness out of it, so what we're going to do, yeah, you can see that, right? Yeah, or at least I can, from my point of view. Let me know. But what we're going to do is, we're actually going to take our stencil, and we're going to offset it. And we're going to offset it at, in this situation, 3 points. So, what do I mean by offset? Well, pretty much, I'm going to line it up. Well, actually, we're going to offset it by 4 points. Oh no, I think we can get away with 3. Yeah. Yeah. I think we can do this. Pretty much, I'm just making it a larger version of itself. And I'm going to end up making a mirror copy of it. And let's see, is it about right? Yeah, it's about right. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to make a mirror image of. I'm going to go ahead and do a reverse one over here. But I'm going to pause this in just a second. I'm going to see why. So I had one of those thoughts. Because, yeah, I have just enough of this, enough extra of this. I can afford to make at least one mistake. And that's one of the other reasons why I'm doing it the idiot way. Is to risk those mistakes. So, give me a moment and I'm going to show you what you should actually do. Alright. What you should, what I'm talking about is awkward angle, but what I am talking about is when you go to offset, and we're going to be doing it, and I'm going to show you what you should actually do, is you're going to offset it by a small amount, and just pretty much you're just going to move your stencil over a little bit and draw it again. It doesn't have to be a complete one, just so you get that, so you pretty much get that kind of effect. And you want to line it up at least 3 times, I'd say, to get the full effect. And there's a reason for doing this. Well, there's actually a couple of reasons for doing this. This prevents you from overusing your material. Because it tells you how much of a limit you have. So pretty much, in short, that's what you're looking to do. And yeah, it's not exactly perfect, but there's no such thing as perfection. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to draw a couple of lines going out. Because we're going to be cutting those. We're actually going to be cutting this whole piece down. And if I did this right, when I cut this out, if I did it right, and I'm probably a bit off on here, I should be able to reverse this stencil and lay it on here and get the same cut. Or one close to it. If I did it right. So no promises. So, here we go. And don't worry about making these edges perfect. There's a method to this. Now, one thing I would suggest you do, and this is completely up to you, after seeing how many of these I've made, you could actually sit there and take paper and practice going through the whole process for your own accord, using nothing but paper. Because I'm going to have to live with the results of how this comes out no matter what, because I don't have the money to replace it. So, this should almost line up. Should almost line up. And it pretty much does. So, bit off here and there, but I can actually fix that with ease. So that being said, I'll be right back. Alrighty. I went ahead and just cut one out just to show you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and do a bit more for you today. But not in this episode. I'm going to finish cutting out our paw pads in the next. All of them. So, till then, you know how this whole thing works. Push the buttons in any order you desire at your leisure. Leave your thoughts, comments, questions, ideas, what have you down below. And if you know, and I'm not that hard to find. Just look me up on pretty much any on right now Mino, so far in YouTube, which already there. Small name, you know. But till next time, I'm Knight's Angel. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a better day. Peace.